Hello, welcome to Who's On Next, the only podcast that poisoned my water supply, burned my crops, and delivered a plague into my house. Today I have with me an animator and VTuber who's known for their short animations on YouTube and TikTok, their expansive list of OCs, and, well, for VTubing, it's Fairbanks.
I apologize for nothing.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a chill Saturday, and I've got nothing to do.
I say it's a cold Saturday. Actually, how cold is it outside right now? 26 degrees. 26 feels like 11 right now for me.
I got 41 over here.
Well, before we start, I was saying, that we're currently dealing with a technically a snowstorm. I think we're only going to get like 4 inches or so, 4 or 5 inches. And I was paranoid because I was like, I hope the power doesn't go out, because they said it was going to be like 40-mile-per-hour winds.
Oof.
Which, I mean, maybe it'll get worse on Sunday or maybe in the evening, because right now it's like fine. I mean, it's like 2 or 3 inches of snow out there, but the wind is not nearly that bad right now. So
Just wait and see.
I was going to say, I hope the power doesn't go out, especially when they said it's going to get like to be almost 15 degrees tonight.
Oof.
Right. So I guess, what is it that got you interested in art and animation?
I grew up watching cartoons and animated movies. I'm a Disney kid. But like I've been asked this question multiple times, and I always get the same answer. I don't remember when I started drawing.
Oh, you don't have any memory of like the moment, like, or
Nope,
even like a period where you started?
Nope, I don't remember when it started. Like my earliest memories of me putting pencil to paper were like 8th grade in middle school, and I know I'd been drawing long before that.
Well, I was gonna say, I was like, what was there any memory of like, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd grade or something like that?
I have memories of 2nd and 3rd grade. None of them were art related.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Like, I know I was drawing stuff. My mom has things that I drew in like 2nd grade, but I don't remember drawing them.
Oh, I have, like, I mean, I assume everybody has this. Do you have those like school period, like those years of school that you just have completely blacked out? Like, just not even like that they were necessarily bad. You just remember jack shit about that era of school.
Not entirely, because I have a very fucky brain where like I won't remember like entire years, but I'll remember like very hyper specific bits and pieces randomly.
Oh, I've had I'm weird in that I remember certain periods of my life fairly well. I remember having a conversation with my older sister once, and she was like, "Oh, do you remember this thing that happened in middle school?" No. Like, she was just going on and on and on about like stuff that happened in middle school, and I was just like, I have no memory of any of that. Legit, I have like just blocked out like 90% of middle school. Like, I have just no memory of it.
Yeah, well, like it's also like, because I'm assuming we're around the same age.
Yeah, I just turned 30 like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I am 32 since November. But like middle school, especially for people in our age group, like a lot of stuff happened to a lot of people that a lot of people desperately want to forget.
Oh, see, I went to a very small Christian private school during my middle school years.
Oh, horrible.
So the funny thing is that I don't have a lot of like I have memories of it. Like, I do have memories of it, but I don't remember a lot of negative memory. I like the only negative memories, because I think I've always said I was so autistically naive that just the world was my oyster. So like, even when people were shitting on me, sometimes I just didn't register it. That's what it was even in high school for a bit, where like I was just so what's the word? I just say autistically naive or autistically innocent. That like I just didn't process a lot of it. And I remember like talking to my sister once where I was like, I sometimes wish I wasn't that like just I don't just like naive to the whole situation. And my sister was like, "Why? That made it so you could never tell when people were making fun of you." I think that was
Yeah.
actually a benefit.
Yeah, but then like 6 years down the road, you kind of think back and go, "Oh,
Oh, you have that
that's what
moment.
that was."
Oh, they were being assholes.
Yeah. Wow, people were terrible back then.
Like, oh, see, middle school to me, the only thing I have this one memory. I have no memory of drawing this, but my dad has this. He kept some of my old stuff from middle school, like art stuff, and he pulled out this poster board one day, and he was just like, "Oh, this," and I was like, "What's that?" And he pulled it out. It was Mario characters and a couple Sonic characters. Like nothing was connected. It was all random shit. And for some reason, there was a picture of the Twin Towers in it.
Huh.
It was Mario characters, Sonic characters, and a picture of the Twin Towers. They weren't like all together or anything. It was just like scattered heads and images of like characters. And for some reason, the Twin Towers were on it. I have no memory of drawing it. I don't understand what the purpose of it was. I was in like 5th or 6th grade when I did it. And and I literally asked my dad, why did I draw that? Why did I draw that? And even he was like,
it's always
I
fun
don't
to
know.
find the old scribble sheets.
Oh, I have like old art books from high school. Like I still have those. I've kept like high school stuff, but like a lot of like pre-high school stuff I just don't have anymore.
Yeah, like I remember because like high school was when I like really went like balls to the wall with drawing and art and stuff. I would literally buy like entire packages of paper from like Office Max or Office Depot, and I would just pick out 10 of them a day to put in my binder to bring to school, and by the end of the day they would all be filled.
What, just with drawings?
Just with drawings, with scribbles. Even back then, I was still making characters.
I see the oldest things that I have are I made in like 5th grade, 4th or 5th grade. And a little bit into middle school, I made comics. I had my own superhero. I called him Fireman. And
What were his powers? Water.
no, he was, and it wasn't like Johnny Storm. It wasn't like the Human Torch where he was a guy who could like be on fire. He was literal like living fire. Like that's what he was. He wasn't like a human who could like turn into fire. I actually, where are they? I have actually some MS Paint drawings of some of the characters actually still. Where are they? I know I still have them. Where are they at?
Oh dear.
Well, what was like the earliest characters you remember creating? Well, I'm digging for that.
There's one specifically. They were like in my artistic zeitgeist or whatever the appropriate term is for several years. They have since been long abandoned. It was a stick figure. His name was Eddie.
Eddie?
Yeah, just Eddie. Eddie. That's it.
That was him. And he was just like there was nothing distinct about him. He was just a stick figure.
He started out as a stick figure. Then when obviously as skills improved, you add more volume. He turned into like this little ragdoll looking thing. It kind of looked like a base to a plush toy almost. And at some point, because like this is back in like even I had a sort of quote unquote edgelord phase for art. He just turned into a psychopath.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it
like at one point I gave him like a black duster and dual wielding pistols.
Oh my god.
And I did that.
Was it like Jonan Vasquez's like Happy Noodle Boy? Because that was also like a stick figure, but he was like a murderer. That was like his character. The which one?
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, Jonan Vasquez?
That name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, the creator of Invader Zim.
Oh!
Yeah, before he made Zim, he had this character called Happy Noodle Boy. He was this little comic strip character, and he was this murderous psychopath, and he was a little stick figure.
Huh? Oh my god.
Oh, did you
I
look it up?
remember
I was
seeing,
like, did you
yeah,
look it up?
I remember seeing this character. I never put it together. That's from the guy who made Invader Zim, but it looks like it.
I don't know if it predates Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, his other comic character, but I know that it's like one of his earliest like things that he got published. Oh, here it is. I found old MS Paint drawings of some of my OCs, or at least these are like some of the villains.
Oh dear.
There's old MS Paint drawings.
Yeah, I'd have to find the thumbstick that has my old Deviant Art gallery on it, because I bit the bullet and deleted my Deviant Art page a few months ago. I was smart though. I downloaded everything in the gallery and saved it on a thumb drive, so I still have it.
Because the funny thing is that like these drawings here, this is not like early. This is not like this wasn't MS Paint. Like I didn't make these in like 2005. This is probably from like 2010 when I drew this.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can look at some of those, I was kind of shameless with ripping off some designs with some characters a little bit.
None that I recognize, actually.
Oh, the yellow one is supposed to be a take on the Yellow Devil for Mega Man. The big-eyed motherfucker on the bottom left. And the electric one I know was supposed to be the electric gremlin from Gremlins 2. That was like the two ones I distinctly remember I just ripped off.
I was looking at the yellow one. My first thought was Mike Wazowski and the Omnidroid from The Incredibles.
Well, see, that was a redesign I did. Originally, he did just look like the Yellow Devil from Mega Man. I didn't change anything. I changed him later to be like, I was making him like this weird spider motherfucker. Like this like big eye. Give him still the big eye, but just make him like a spider.
The joys and horrors of going through old art files.
Yeah. How many OCs do you think you have at this point?
That I've made in total, or in the current roster?
I'd say, I guess both. I guess in the current roster and then the total, I guess.
So okay, I'm gonna do those backwards because it's easier for me. The total number of original characters that I have made, technically I cannot count because I am also a dungeon master and I play D&D.
Oh, okay.
And every NPC I make counts as an OC. But it's definitely in the hundreds of characters that I have just, even if they're just a name and a voice, like I still count it. But in the current rotation, there's, let me count. Let's see. Not counting my my avatar, the VTuber that's gone for, that wasn't originally an OC that just sort of evolved into a my actual just online Sona at this point. Same with Haley.
Is that the robot, or is that the woman with the dragon tail?
She's on the OC list. That is Laura. She is my D&D character.
Well, yeah, because I knew she was like one of the main ones you've used a lot.
Yeah, that she's my baby. She is my baby. Like, I'd say it's, so in the current roster of OCs, there's my D&D character Laura, my other D&D character Vesserin, who is an elf with a drastically oversized butt. It was not intentional. It just happened.
That's what they all say.
There's Solana, who is my Final Fantasy XIV character, who had one hell of a development cycle. Tally, my World of Warcraft character. Wick, another D&D character, who's a candle girl, and everyone seems to love her because she's baby girl. Then there's 6 adventure party heroes who I sort of made in the absence of my D&D campaign that has been stuck in scheduling purgatory for half a year now.
Oh.
So yeah, it's about 10 or 12 OCs in the current rotation. Some shelved indefinitely, some still brought out every now and then.
Because I'm trying to find, because I know I've done a couple D&D campaigns. I'm trying to find both my characters. I found one, because where is it? He was from an 80s themed D&D campaign where each of our characters were based on some specific like trope or aesthetic or like franchise from the 80s. And I fucking love Mega Man. So I had
I couldn't tell.
I had my friend Yuki make a character. I call him Breaks.
Yeah, I can see the Mega Man.
Yeah, BR8X or Breaks is what his name is. And where is the other one? There was one that we did that was like a 1930s style, like mafia campaign. Where is it? I had a character. His name was Krelep. He was a praying mantis person. I forget what the species was called, but he was basically like an enforcer mafia, like a bodyguard basically. And he was this praying mantis looking motherfucker, and he had a pet octopus named Timothy.
Sure, why not?
I'm pissed off. I can't find him. I'm like digging. I cannot find a picture of him, even though I know that my friend drew like 2 pictures of him.
And this is why you organize your files on your computer.
Oh, I have a folder for like all the art I've been given, but I guess I never saved a picture of him, so I'm just like digging through Discord trying to find like anything I can of this character.
I've gotten very meticulous over the past few years of like organizing every single folder. Like I have folders for OCs in their folders. I have it broken up into like folders for animations, folders for like specific things, folders for fan art and commissions.
Yeah, because I basically just have one big folder for like all of the commissions and like gift art I've been given from like friends.
Yeah.
I guess like
folders.
What is your process for like creating OCs?
It depends on the character to a degree. Like sometimes I will like think of a concept in my head of like, okay, I want to make a character who's this kind of character, and then I'll just go from there. Other times it's like I will either see something that inspires me, and like I want to make a character based off of that, or sometimes it'll just be like I write down a name and I'll just build it off from there. Even though that's the rarest of the occasions. And sometimes like I'll have a concept in mind, I'll make a character for that concept, and then after the character that I made has evolved into their own thing, I'll look back at the original concept and make another character based off of it.
Oh.
I actually did that very recently.
So you basically make 2 characters off of one idea?
Yes. Like cycling back around, I mentioned her, my elven cleric Vesrin with the enormous butt. The original concept for her was a very tired, drunk healer. Like, because obviously a cleric healer, they're just like tired, they're like mentally and emotionally exhausted, and they're a heavy drinker. And I got to play her in a campaign for a little bit, and at some point she just sort of gear shifted into a horny chaos gremlin. I don't know how or when that happened.
Like, was it just like it wasn't like? Did it just build into that, or was it like you just decided to make the character that during the campaign?
It sort of just built into that, because like originally I wanted to make her like the opposite of what you'd think like an elven character in any sort of fantasy scenario would be. Like, you know, the super like refined, elegant, RP British accent. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to make her an Irish drunk
I want to make
who's
him
a
a little.
complete goofball.
Gonna make him a little shit.
Exactly. But like a couple months ago, I dove headfirst back into WoW, and I was going back over some of my old characters that I hadn't touched in there, and I looked at my priest character. And I was like, what if I made her the grumpy healer? And I actually did that and stuck with it. So now I have a Lightforged Draenei priest who is just 1000% done with everything and has the personality of Dr. House. They're just done.
And are the like, do you use all of the same characters primarily in like your campaigns, or do you try to make different characters every time?
So I very rarely get to play like as a player. I am glued to
Okay.
the DM throne most of the time.
Yeah, that's my friend Yuki. She's the
Yeah.
same way.
I have been able, luckily, to actually like play multiple characters in campaigns. I've played Wick, who's my Warforged Paladin. I played Lura a few times. I played Vesserin. I played a Dragonborn Mage. But like whenever I'm the DM, I've made my own like campaign setting that I prefer to keep reusing because it's familiar. I don't know how it works. And when I went from my first campaign to my second one, I gave it a 30-year time skip, so I had to make a whole new cast of characters.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. If I can be like the dollar store Matt Mercer to my D&D friends, I will take it as a badge of honor.
I remember we did, me and some friends, because I'm not big into D&D. Like, I only
Yeah.
played it for the first time a couple years ago, and it's just been really hard to organize D&D games in my server because everyone's so busy. Uh,
Scheduling has killed more campaigns than any monster in the Monster Manual.
I remember one of my friends talked about how he actually took his character, he had a barbarian character in our Mafia campaign. He took that character and moved it into another campaign he was playing in real life with friends. And then something happened during his campaign. There was some fuck up that happened during the campaign, and it was something that was story related. And it ended up causing a 50-year time skip. And
Oh,
so he ended up changing his character to the son of the barbarian he was playing in the
hey,
campaign.
it works. If it works, it works.
Yeah, cuz like I D&D is one of those things where like I know like I don't know, I'd say the bare basics. I everything I know about D&D is through either osmosis or through things I've seen like what was the Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out a couple years ago was one thing. I've seen a
Oh yeah,
little bit
Honor
of
Among Thieves.
yeah, I've seen a little bit of Critical Role. I've watched Vox Machina and Mighty
Mighty Nine?
Nine. Oh,
Yes.
Mighty Nine is so good.
I watched the entirety of the table campaign from start to finish. I cried.
Like, oh god, I remember because like me and some friends were watching Vox Machina. We finished that like around the time the last season finished, and when Mighty Nine started, I think it was like literally 2 episodes in. I was like, I think I might like this more than Vox Machina, and I'm only 2 episodes in, and I
So
like Vox Machina.
that's actually the general consensus for Critical Role as a whole. Like Vox Machina is where they got their start. Mighty Nine is where they found their stride.
Like
Yeah.
like Mighty Nine was just like I was so because I like Vox Machina, but like when I was like 2 or 3 episodes into Mighty Nine, I was just like, God damn, I have not seen a show and like I have not seen a show like this where I was just instantly into this world like this quickly.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3
Like,
episodes in, I was like, I like all these characters. I like this world. Like,
yeah, like it, because again, like I watched like the table campaign of like the Mighty Nine from start to finish. It has been so interesting to see like how they've changed things, like how they changed like the pacing or what characters are doing what, etc., etc. Um, do you mind like a very tiny semi spoilery detail from the actual
I,
table game?
I guess not.
So Essek, the floaty drow hot boy,
Yes.
he doesn't show up in the campaign until like episode 50.
Oh, in the actual campaign.
Yeah, in the actual game, he is not like a character until like 50 episodes in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's like that's the glory of having an actual show based on this campaign, because like in the table campaign, we are only seeing and privy to the knowledge that the the group at the table is seeing and privy to the knowledge of. We're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, and now we are. I'm like, he is.
Also, I found him. I found my bug boy.
You found the boy?
Yeah, I found Bug Boy. There he is.
The boy! Oh, that is a dapper gentleman.
Yes. I was very that was probably like when cuz I was having to explain to Yuki cuz she said like, "Well, what do you want your character to be?" And I was like, "Are there any bugs?" Cuz I just really wanted to be what is the most non-human looking thing that I could be in the campaign. And she was like, "Well, there's this and this and this. There's bug people." I was like, "There's bug people?" I want to be a bug. I want to be a bug person. I had this idea where he has like his own language. Like he speaks through like they can understand him. I forget what we did. There was like something we did where everyone could understand him, but I had it where he could like speak his own like language, and it was all in like clicks, like a cricket. Like he couldn't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it was like I came up with this idea where he just speaks like, but like we ended up making a thing so like they could all understand him, so I could actually like speak instead of just having to do
Right.
that the whole time.
Like Coco from Frost's Song for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, basically. But like, so we could actually like, because I could actually like do a voice and not just have to fucking click the whole time.
Yeah.
So again, because I know your original username was Hammer the Shark.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I I was wondering what the origin of that was.
It was 2006, and I was a little autistic middle schooler who really liked sharks because it was the middle of Shark Week. That's it. That's the story
literally
of how
it?
that username came to be. And I was stuck with that fucking name for 16 years.
Oh my god.
That username turns 20 in August.
So why did it take you so long to actually like rebrand the name?
I thought about rebranding and renaming so many times, but I always hit the same wall of like, I have nothing else to go to. I have like nothing else that I could use as a username, as a online handle. I had nothing. So I just sat there, crossed my arms, and grinned and bared it.
Well, and where did the name Fairbanks come from?
So there's a bit of a story behind that.
Oh boy.
I forget where I heard it first, aside from being used as, the name for a town up in Alaska. But I always kind of like the wait, no, actually, I do remember. It was Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh boy.
I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and there's a character in that game named Fairbanks. It's an alias. But I was like, huh, that's a cool character. I like them. I like that name. And I found myself using that name for like various things in the following years. Like when I played Ark Survival Evolved, whenever I would tame one of those Argentavises, the giant bird creatures,
Yeah.
the first one, I would always name it Fairbanks for some reason. And I would just like, it was one of the names in my back pocket. I was like, you would need a name that sounds cool. Fairbanks. Then I played Cyberpunk 2077. And I designed my V, the protagonist of the game, as like this this cool, slick, and sly netrunner with these big glasses that obscure the face and purple hair with a hat. You can kind of see where this came
I was
from.
gonna say, I think I know where this is going.
But here's the thing. That never left the game. That look and that avatar stayed in the game. It never went anywhere. And then I watched Edge Runners.
Oh boy.
And I was like, huh, maybe I could actually make an OC. Maybe I should make a Cyberpunk OC. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here as I turn into the Mad Hatter. So I drew up this little line. I actually think I still have it saved on my computer.
Or basically like early concept drawing for the character?
Early concept of like, I do have it. A little crew of like characters set in like the Cyberpunk universe that would be like their own little crew of rascals, similar to the crew from Edge Runners. I ended up calling them the Locals for some reason. I don't remember why, but here's that art. See if you recognize anybody.
Was it the one that easily stands out the most among the four designs?
Yep. But yeah, I they also kind of went through a bit of a odd development too. The original, because like I wanted to keep that concept of like the heavily cybernetically augmented netrunner, like the one who does all the hacking and stuff.
Yeah.
They're always surrounded by machinery and computers. Originally, I gave them the alias Slushy because I envisioned them always having like a 7-Eleven Slushy to keep themselves cooled down. And eventually I just gave them the name Fairbanks, and the rest is history. I made a model for them. I did a couple streams of it where like the character took over the stream before I rebranded, and I realized, oh, I actually really like this. Like, I enjoy puppeting and piloting this avatar infinitely more than the stupid fucking shark. Oh no. So yeah, I bit the bullet, and I decided to completely and totally rebrand in May of 2023.
So it is time for
and I remember exactly what happened when I decided to do that.
What, like online or just like with you yourself?
So a bit of both. So I had my final stream as Hammer the Shark. I've also gotten to the point where it makes me physically uncomfortable to actually say that name. I did stupid fucking shit.
Oh no,
when I was
trust me.
I
have an old username that I used to have tied to everything, and anytime anybody brings it up to me, I physically gag. It's like I made it when I was like 13, and I just came up with it because I'm like, I like this show. I'm gonna name myself after this villain. And then,
I reach through the interweb and I shake your hand.
Yeah, no, I think everyone has that cringe ass fucking username they used at one point for longer than they should have.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. But like, I had my farewell stream with that username and avatar. I played Raft of all things because I felt it was fitting, and I signed off, ended the stream, and immediately changed my username on Twitch from Hammer the Shark.
The second it ended.
Like 10 minutes later, I'm on Twitch. Username change from Hammer the Shark to Fairbanks_VT. And then I told my girlfriend what I was doing. She was not happy about it. Because like she has her own business. She understands like business and branding and staying consistent and stuff. So she kind of gave me the business about it. But I was like, I'm doing it anyway, so oh well. And the very next day, I had a bit of a mental breakdown because I realized what the hell I just did and that I couldn't change the name back for like 6 months.
Oh my god, really? They don't let you change it for half a year?
When you change your name on Twitch, you cannot change it back for like I think 3 to 6 months because like
I
the name goes into a bank so other people can't take it or
I
something
thought you
like
were gonna
that.
say like a week. I was like, Jesus
No,
Christ, that's obscene.
no.
That is an
It actually
obscenely
it,
long time.
it might be closer to like 1 month to 3 months. I forget the main details, but like
Even then, that's still like
yeah,
like if
but it's
you
like
like
okay,
if you fuck up rebranding the name or something and you end up misspelling
hmm
something too, that can
yeah. God
also
help you
fuck
if
it
you have a
up.
spelling error.
Yeah.
But like no, I sat there in front of my computer and just looking at the new name on my Twitch, and I just broke down like sobbing because I realized what I had done and what I had thrown away, and I came to the realization like I'm going to have to reintroduce myself to everyone. Because like I told like a few friends like, hey, I'm rebranding to this new name and avatar, and a lot of them were like, cool, glad to see you're moving on, so that makes it happy. But then it was friends I didn't talk to very often, who like I would hop into the streams, and they would greet me like a total stranger, and I was like,
Yeah,
it,
like what the who the fuck is
it's
this?
me, it's me, and they're like, oh shit, which is actually really funny to watch your friends do.
So wait, did you wait? So like you would hop into like a Discord call or something, and like the username would
No,
be
I
totally
would be in
different
their
too.
chat on Twitch.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you literally jumped in a call and they were just like, "Who the
No.
fuck are you?" I thought you were saying like
No,
you jump in a call
no,
and they didn't recognize you.
no. Like I would be in their Twitch chats and be like, "Hi, buddy. Like, who are you?" It's Hammer.
It's
Oh,
me. It's me.
God, like there were a couple of my friends who kept like making the joke or having the headcanon. I was like, "Oh, the shark is like inside this new avatar stomach, piloting them like a mech," and I'm like, "No, that is not
Oh.
what is happening. Stop it."
When I guess like was I assume there was also the worry of alienating people with the
Oh,
rebrand too.
absolutely. Absolutely, because this is also like the rebrand happened post death by Snoo Snoo.
Oh no.
Yeah, and
Oh
let's be honest, the
no.
internet is full of a lot of stupid people who can't fucking read.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
What do they say like the United States like average like reading level is like 8th grade, 7th grade,
oh it
something like that.
that's being very generous about it. We're talking third grade maximum some places. But like I even made the big announcement like cuz like TikTok, to its credit, like if you change a username, it makes an entire post that all of your followers hopefully see.
Well, I know DeviantArt would do the same thing. Where like if you change
Yeah,
your name,
like
it would like give a notification
so and
saying
so
like
is
blank
now
has
Mr. So and
changed to
so.
blank. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even on my TikTok page, it still says like in big capital letters, formerly Hammer the Shark. But God, like there's still people whenever I post like something artsy on TikTok, there's at least one person in the comments who goes, "I know that art style. You're Hammer the Shark," and I'm like, "You did it. You solved the mystery."
Oh, see, I thought you was gonna
Want a
be like,
cookie?
I thought you were gonna say like it's one of those people who like doesn't realize you're the same person, so they like think you ripped off another person's art style, or they like think
I
you
have
like.
not had that happen yet, but I'm waiting for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it like one of those things where somebody responds and they're just like, "Your art style looks really familiar to this person," and it's like it's you, like the exact person they're talking about.
God, like I again, like that has not happened yet. I am waiting for it to happen because I'm going to frame that fucking comment.
I I did it. I fooled them all.
I God, like I've already had one of my crowning achievements from like, quote unquote hate comments. The first time I opened up the Death by Sinister animations for commission, I put a thing on TikTok. And obviously I listed the price. They're fucking expensive because animation's expensive. Little tidbit. One of the first comments was like, That price is outrageous. I could do
Yeah.
the same thing with AI for free.
Why did I know? Why did I know? That's what it was gonna
Because we
be.
live in a society.
Uh,
But yeah, that God fucking.
I think of like the fucking the bit from like the opening of the Simpsons movie where I'm like, why would I pay somebody to make this when I could just go home and watch it for free? Like that's like all I think about. It's like everyone here is suckers, especially you. Like that's like what I'm thinking.
I love The Simpsons.
I've wanted to watch more. I've watched a fair amount of it, but like I wasn't allowed to watch it for like years.
Same. My dad hates The Simpsons.
Oh, well, I don't even it's funny because both my parents have like never seen The Simpsons, but they both hated The Simpsons. Wow. Like
Yeah.
I think it was literally they just heard from like other people like, "Oh, this thing is shit. This thing is shit. Like don't let your kids watch it." And I'm like, "Well, it's not a show for children." Like it's not a children's
it's an adult
show.
cartoon technically.
Well, adult cart. It's funny because when I've gone, it was so funny because when I actually started to get watching The Simpsons, I went back to like the early seasons, not season 1, like season 2 to like 5. I like just watched like scattered episodes from like the early seasons, and I was just like, this shit is so tame. Like this is like I could show this to a 10-year-old. This is so tame.
Yep. Like the most violent thing that happened was Homer choking Bart. And even that joke died after a while.
Not even the violence. It's not that vulgar. It's not that vulgar. Like, the early seasons aren't that vulgar. They're not that sexual.
It's more tongue-in-cheek than anything.
Yeah. It was just so funny when I finally watched it, because I was, like, watching the old episodes, like, from, like, the 90s, and I was just like, there's, like, nothing to this. Like, if you got rid of the vulgarity, I could see this airing on, like, Fox Kids. Like, if you got rid of the vulgarity and the second, maybe a couple sexual jokes.
Yeah. Sex Cauldron? I thought they closed that place down.
Oh, I was thinking of Mr. Plow. That was like the first. That's like the first sex joke I think of.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a sex joke for the longest time.
Well, it's like
he's driving a snowplow. It's Mr. Plow.
Well, it's so funny because I had seen bits and pieces of like Family Guy for years. Because if you were on YouTube in like the late 2000s, you could not get away from Family Guy shit. Like on YouTube,
you still can't get away from Family Guy shit.
Well, even now, but like at the peak of like Family Guy popularity in like the mid to late 2000s, like I would see Family Guy clips all the time. I was so used to seeing Family Guy clips as a teenager that when I finally watched The Simpsons when I was like 16, I was like, this isn't even like on the same level of content. Like that is like apples and oranges, how much more vulgar and sexual one is to the other.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, like The Simpsons are still technically like a functional family. The Griffins are a bunch of sociopaths.
Well, it's so funny because you go to those first like 3 seasons of Family Guy comparative to like the seasons now. It's much closer to an actual family dynamic in the first 3 seasons.
Absolutely.
Like it actually feels like they give a shit about each other for the most part in like the early seasons.
I made this observation like a couple of years ago, and it's one of the funniest things that I've come to notice. You know what Flanderization is, right?
Oh yeah, that's the thing that comes from The Simpsons, where a character is like a character is known for one thing, but they have more character than that, but they're known for that one thing, and then new writers come in,
that one thing becomes their entire character over the course of the show.
Like new writers could come in, or like just the old writers don't know how to write the character anymore, so they just take an old thing and just like maximize it.
Yeah, like they realize that old one-note joke is always like easy to get a laugh out of, so they just expound upon it. And it's like, because that's what happened with Flanders. The reverse kind of happened in Family Guy, where like
they just Lois became a bitch. Lois just became an incredibly unlikable
all of them
bitch.
became violently dangerous sociopaths.
Yeah, the only
the one character who's had like this weirdly like exponential growth. There's still a terrible person who should be locked up for the rest of life. Is Quagmire.
Oh God, I don't like saying that. I don't.
Neither do I, but it's not wrong.
Like the
Like he's had the
only
most character development.
I would say like the only Griffin family member who's maybe come close to having like the most stability is Meg, but even then,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
doesn't
Meg's
really
kind of
have
become
anything.
stable.
Well, it's like Meg and Chris basically have like nothing to do anymore. That's kind of the other thing.
Yeah, they're used for B plots and not much else.
That's why I'm kind of impressed that American Dad has stayed fairly consistent with its quality for so long.
I've heard people say that like Family Guy is the test for American Dad jokes.
Well, it's like,
Like it's the testing ground.
it's so funny because I've watched like even like recent American Dad, and I'm like, I am shocked how much more consistent this has stayed for like 20 years, like compared to Family
absolutely.
Guy.
Yeah. Like,
It's like
American
it's
Dad
like-
is marginally the better show than Family Guy.
Well, it's like South Park. I'm kind of impressed that South Park has stayed like fairly consistent for as long as it has.
The reason South Park can stay so consistent is because like they can make an entire episode in like a week, which is how they like stay on top of like all these modern trends and stuff.
I don't know how they do that, genuinely. Like, the fact that they're able to write shit that quickly and it's actually a good script. Like, I don't know how they
It's either
do
Trey
that.
Parker or Matt Stone who got a copper bowl and a goat together one night.
I don't. That's like that because I remember watching that documentary like 6 days to air, like from like 2010, and just like the just watching the process of them like coming up with an episode. I'm like, they were just like, oh yeah, we'll spend like a day just coming up with the concept and the script, and I'm like, you do that shit in a day every week, every week.
Oh,
That's insane. And not even that they do that in a week. The fact that they do that and it's a good script, like,
like I will admit, like I have never liked South Park because Cartman ruins it for me. But I respect its significance and its staying power.
like it's so funny because I started watching South Park when it was in probably like the season people hate the most. It was the 2016 season when Trump became president, and
Oh dear.
I started watching the show because I'm like, I'm gonna consistently watch this now. So I like started watching it, and I was like, and it's the season like most people hate because it was like the start of the serialized seasons where it wasn't episodic, it was like a continuous narrative. And a lot of people didn't like that with South Park.
Makes it very hard to do reruns.
Yeah. Well, that whole season, yeah, you need to watch like every episode to follow the story of that season.
Oy.
What was like something you had as a kid you weren't allowed to watch? Like, not like The Simpsons. I mean, like, was there anything on like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon you weren't allowed to watch?
Yes, and I don't know why.
Oh boy, I have a couple of those too.
So for some reason, and like so, I was born in New Jersey, and lived up there until 2000, where I moved down here to Texas. I remember this specifically in New Jersey. My mom would not let me or my sister watch All That
What?
on Nickelodeon.
What?
I don't know why.
It wasn't because it was like majority black people, was it? Like, that was like the first thing I think
honestly
when I hear that.
could not tell you. I have no idea.
Because I hear that and like my brain just immediately jumps to.
That is a fair assumption to make, and I'm like,
Did
wait
you?
a minute.
Were you allowed to watch Kenan and Kel?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's what I say.
I don't
like,
remember ever
and
watching
Kel are,
Kenan
like,
and Kel.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think, like, because I'm like all those shows that like Kenan Thompson did or Kel Mitchell did back in the day. I'm trying to think like Cousin Skeeter, like those kind of things where it was like a black ensemble. That's why I'm like, I don't know why.
Don't remember.
My brain just immediately jumped to. I hope it wasn't because it's a majority of black people cast.
Yeah, so do I,
that's
actually.
not the reason.
I'm going to text my mother later tonight. Like, hey mom,
Was I allowed to watch Kenan and Kel as a kid? Like,
But God, like I must have watched Kenan and Kel as a kid because like I still remember like the dude loves his grape soda. Welcome to
Orange
Good
soda.
Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Orange soda.
Or right, orange soda. Thank you.
Oh, Good
One of the
Burger
two.
was all that. Good Burger was all that.
Okay, so I might have been a
You might
rebellious
have
little
snuck.
child.
I
and
was
stepped
gonna
through
say
it.
you might have
Yeah.
snuck an episode, but did you have any? So there was no animated shit you weren't allowed to watch.
Not really.
Really? I had like
'Cause, like-
four. I had like 3 or 4 I wasn't allowed to watch.
Cause like the weird thing for me, and I don't remember watching a lot of cartoons as like a little kid. I remember watching a lot of like Discovery Channel and Animal Planet when I was like way younger. Because like I was never the type of kid to be like big into like X-Men or TMNT or
Oh no,
Justice
I was never
League
into any of that as a kid.
Yeah.
That came later.
or Power Rangers.
Power Rangers I like kind of watched as a kid, but like not much. It's the same with like He-Man. I like kind of watched it as a kid, but it wasn't something I like. Yeah, I have to watch like every episode of this. Like I never had like a show like Transformers or Ninja Turtles or He-Man as a kid where I was like super into it, like that kind of thing.
You know
Other
the
than
one
Pokemon.
that always gets me weird looks?
What?
I hate Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I'm not a fan of it either.
For me, it's like, okay, I've been watching these characters scream for the past, checks watch, 20 minutes and the episode's over.
See,
Nothing happened.
I've attempted to get into Dragon Ball on like 2 different occasions, and like every time I just, oh God, I get so bored. I get so bored. I just don't care about these characters at all.
Yeah.
Like
But
I
then
attempted.
it's also like, I've recently learned this, it's overexposure as well.
What, just seeing it everywhere?
Seeing it everywhere to the point where like you want nothing to do with it because you're so sick and tired of seeing it. That's honestly how I am with like Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss.
Oh, fun fact. That's how I was for with Undertale for a really long time.
Fair enough.
I did not. I got so. The year Undertale came out, I got so fucking sick of seeing it every day. Every day, I would see shit about this game. And it just got to a point where I was so sick of seeing it, I think I muted like everything involving Undertale on Twitter, like back in the day, because I was so tired of seeing it.
Yep. I have no way to avoid the craze of the Helliverse because both the girlfriend and the roommate are obsessed with it.
I liked the pilot, and then I never gave a shit about anything else.
I watched the Has Been pilot. I thought it was charming. Nothing to write home about. And then the fandom fucking exploded. And I'm like,
see,
it's one of these shows.
I liked Hell of a Boss up until a point. My problem is that it became one of those shows where I stopped giving a shit about it because the show just kind of abandoned the entire gimmick of the show. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay, but like now you're not even doing what I wanted, what I liked the show for in the first place. Now you're actually like trying to serialize it and make it more story heavy, which I'm not against. I'm not against a show like becoming more story focused. I just really liked the original idea, and they just kind of abandoned that idea after a while.
That's kind of what happened with the Owl House, but like the Owl House is universally beloved.
See, I like the Owl House, but like to me, when me and my friend finished Owl House, me and him both just said that was just worse Amphibia. That's just that's what we both liked it. We thought it was a good show, but when we were done with it, I was just like, man, I just want to watch Amphibia again. That's how I felt after we finished it.
That's fair. But like it, to a degree, I do kind of feel like a bit of a hypocrite with how I feel about like Has Been and Helliva, because I was one of the kids in high school who was like a raving Hetalia fan.
Oh my God, no!
Yeah, yep. I was in that group because I thought it was funny and hey, a little bite-sized history. Even though Hetalia is arguably the more controversial show.
I was gonna say, isn't that show considered like really offensive now or something like
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
That's like all I remember about. I had an ex friend of mine who was Italian, and I just remember we talked about it one time. I don't remember why it came up, but I like mentioned it or something, and he was just like, "Oh, I fucking hate Italia," and I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Oh, because like I think he said like that is the most blackface Italian I've ever seen in a show. Like the Italian just felt like blackface of Italian, like how
that is a good way to
is.
describe it. But yeah, like I was in that club in school. The choices we make when we're young.
I'm trying to think because I don't think because like shows I wasn't allowed to watch. Like it's really weird. Like I can tell you the shows I was allowed to watch and the shows I wasn't allowed to watch, and you'd be like, what the fuck? Like some of the things.
Oh.
Okay, so I wasn't allowed to watch At Real Monsters, Cow and Chicken,
What?
which Ren and Stimpy and Cow and Chicken I do kind of understand. Those are some
I
surprisingly
can see Ren and Stimpy more than Cow and Chicken.
those are some surprisingly raunchy shows when I watched them as an adult.
Yeah.
Like Ren
Also,
and Stimpy.
I love the fact that I love the fact that Cow and Chicken is literally just Charlie Adler alone in a recording booth, just going ape shit.
I would love to just see like a 3-hour recording session with Charlie on that show, just him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would love to see what the sessions were like with that show. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Cow and Chicken. What did I say? Ren and Stimpy. Ed and Nettie.
Ren and Stimpy. You weren't allowed to watch Ed, and Nettie. That was my childhood. That was my Peanuts gang.
What? There was like one other. I can't remember. There was like one other. I mean Simpsons, but like that's not a kid show. I'm trying to think. Like there was one. No, I was allowed to watch Rugrats. What was it? I don't know. I'll just say Cow and Chicken, Ren and Stimpy, and Ed, and Nettie. Those were the 3 I wasn't allowed to watch. But you want to know the shit I was allowed to watch? Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Okay.
Invader Zim. And Goosebumps. I was allowed to watch all 3 of those, but I couldn't watch Ed, and Nettie.
Ay.
I think like Zim. Oh, and Billy and Mandy. I was allowed to watch that too.
But not Ed, and Nettie.
Well, it's weird because I remember my dad thought Billy and Mandy was fucking obnoxious as shit, but I was never not told to watch it. Like that's what I thought was so
very
weird.
Strange.
I just remember my dad had a very blatant hatred for every character Richard Horvitz ever played. That's like the one thing.
Richard Horvitz is great.
My dad could not stand Billy. Hated Billy in Billy and Mandy. He hated that character.
Oh, come on. Billy's amazing. Billy's awesome.
What's like At Real Monsters is like the only Nick show I remember I wasn't allowed to watch. But like I don't even, maybe I'm not remember. Oh, I am Weasel. That was another thing I wasn't.
Oh God, I am Weasel.
Which I think it was
Network.
just. Yeah, well, I know. It just popped in my head because I was thinking of like shows, and I just remember. I think I Am Weasel was just because it was tied to Cow and Chicken was probably why I wasn't allowed to watch it.
What about Angry Beavers?
Yeah, I was allowed to watch that. There was
and
like
now
no.
The theme song is in your head.
Funny enough, I was watching that a couple days ago, like on. I'm amazed how good that show looks for the time it came out. Like that show, I'm genuinely wondering what the budget of Angry Beavers was compared to some other shows at the time, because that shit is so fluid. And like so that is like probably some of the most expressive animation from that era. And I genuinely am wondering like if that was like one of the highest budget cartoons at the time. Which seems
again,
so
Richard
weird.
Horvitz.
Yeah, which again, Richard Horvitz. Which I don't know, maybe my dad was a Sabrina fan and he liked Nick Bakay. I don't know. Maybe he liked Nick Bakay as the brother, and maybe that was the contrast to Angry Beavers. I guess like something I was curious about was, so where did the interest in animation start in comparison to when you started doing art?
As I mentioned, I was a Disney kid. Like ever since I I actually like dove into like drawing like a lot more, mostly in high school and stuff. I was like, it'd be cool to have my own cartoon one day. I was like, I want to learn how to animate, but I never had the tools to do so because I didn't have Flash because it was expensive at the time because, Adobe. Which, by the way, fuck Adobe.
Yeah.
Adobe is the toxic X all digital artists still kind of have to deal with.
What's that? Oh, God. What was that video I remember? I was like, I'm downloading GIMP. That's like where they I think there was really the video where they like treat Adobe Flash like it's an ex-girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah. God, like I forget who he is, but it's that one creator who like he deliberately overacts all of his expressions. He's got these
that's
big
who I was
square
thinking of.
glasses
James Lee. That's who I was thinking
Yeah.
of. Yeah, that's who
I did not realize this. He's the guy who made Tarboy.
Yeah, I learned that a few years ago because I remember
I freaking loved Tarboy. That was one of my favorite animations back on like Newgrounds.
Newgrounds. Oh God, I remember that when I saw that on Newgrounds back in like 2008. I think something like that.
Oh yeah. Like seeing stuff like that, like also Harry Partridge was really gaining ground at the back at that time. Aaron Hansen, Egoraptor was still animating somewhat regularly, I believe. And just stuff like that. It's like, I want to animate, but I never had the tools to do so. And then I shit you not, early 2021, I actually got Clip Studio Paint. And I learned you can animate on it.
Wait, so you never animated prior to that?
Nope.
God damn.
Not once. I have been animating since May 2021.
Jesus Christ.
And with the exception of a tutorial class from a former Disney animator, I am entirely self-taught.
I had legitimately assumed with how smooth some of your shit was, I had assumed you'd been doing it for like 15 years. Honestly.
Nope. I've been drawing for a long time, but nope. Actually, sorry, I got Clip Studio Paint in 2020.
Jesus Christ.
I actually think I have my first Clip Studio animation saved.
Oh my God.
Because like the first animation that I did in Clip Studio was I did, the standard exercise of a ball bouncing. Because, that's what you're supposed to do. And then I did a bunch of other stuff. And like months later, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go back and do the animation that they always tell you to do, but that I never did.
The walk cycle?
I did a walk cycle.
I was about to say the walk cycle.
Yep. But like in late 2021, I learned that a former Disney animator, Aaron Blaise, the guy who directed Brother Bear.
Oh my God.
He did art tutorials on his website, creatureartteacher.com, and had animation tutorials that frequently went on sale for pennies.
Really?
Like his full animation bundle, if I recall correctly, last time I saw, is like $150. It goes on sale for like $5 fairly regularly.
It's like the Sniper Elite. It's like the Steam sale Sniper Elites of animation tutorials. It's on sale for it's fucking $60 regularly, and then it goes on sale for like $4 every time.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's not just animation. It's like character design, anatomy. It is like a full art course. And that is like back in like the final week of 2020, I didn't stream. I didn't work. I just followed these tutorials and I revamped my entire art style to what it is now.
In a week?
I went balls to the wall.
Did you sleep?
Well, yeah. Like here, I can show you a little bit of a before and after. Where's my bitch?
What's it like the beautiful mind, like autism, where you just lock in and like adapt to everything super quickly.
You see, the autism has a superpower, and that is called hyperfocusing. Do
As
I
a
not
fellow
have
as a
the?
fellow autistic, I wish I had that level of focus. Like,
Yeah, I completely revamped my entire art style, and sure, it's kind of shifted a little bit since following the tutorials and stuff. Like it hasn't stuck to Disney exactly. I've sort of also been called like the Don Bluth of VTubers.
it is a bit Bluethy.
Yeah,
it is a bit Bluethy. I would say it's like a mix of Bluethy and like the early 2000s Disney style.
yeah, like the Disney Renaissance mixed with the classic Don Bluth a little bit.
Yeah, I specifically see like that Tarzan to Brother Bear era, like specifically with the
Yeah.
style.
You know, fun fact: Tarzan was the first movie I ever saw in theaters.
I was 3 when I saw that in theaters. I know the first movie I saw in theaters was, according to my parents, was Bug's Life.
Huh?
And apparently I had the sound system apparently fucked up my guts and gave me horrible anxiety, and we had to leave the theater because I got horrible diarrhea.
Oh no!
And I left behind my Heimlich toy, and my dad said I was very angry at him, like the whole rest of the day, because we left behind my McDonald's toy at the theater.
Oh dear.
But I guess adding on, because you had brought this up earlier, the Death by Snoo Snoo animation
Oh god.
and how that changed the world, like when that
Yep.
came out.
It started as a shit post. It was just supposed to be a shit post. So and again, it cycles back around to my first D&D campaign. So, I had the idea for a character who is a dragon in human form. And I was like, well, what's like the most easy dragon to like insert themselves into a human society? There's two options. There's silver and brass dragons. And I was like, you know what? I like brass. The brass dragon looks cool. It's got like these big axe blade horn looking things. I'm gonna go with that one. And I was like, okay, what are they gonna look like? And I originally came up with the concept for a tall, like beefy lady, because I've always loved the beefy ladies.
Yes.
Uh, but has like a mysterious air to her, so like the eyes still portray like that dragony bit. I think I still have the original concept of her actually somewhere. Let's see. Do I still have her concept art? Let's see. Let's spin the wheel. It is not saved as a PNG.
I was gonna say
Wait,
where
I think it's on my blue sky. But like so I made this character, and I just gave her the name Sovereign Ortega, just to be a placeholder. She still does not canonically have a first name.
really
Yep, it's still just Ortega.
First name Sovereign, last name Ortega.
Title, surname. That's it. That's all you get. She was introduced to the party as this towering 8 foot tall, mysterious woman with polished bronze skin and built like a wall of muscle. And immediately, like, two of my players were like, would give her to me. One of them was the halfling monk.
Oh wait, in character, like like the characters in the game were like that, or like the players?
Yes.
Okay.
Eventually, as like things progressed and the story went forward, they interacted with Ortega a few times, and eventually it happened. The halfling monk canonically slept with the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did they know the
And
character was a dragon, or did they start out as like a buff lady? Like, did they know the character
they
was a dragon?
they started out
already?
as a buff lady, and she had like a big reveal.
Okay.
Because so the party was actually like looking for like the brass dragon. She secretly was. She hadn't told them at that point. I was like, all right, I'll take you to her. And now I'm going to fight you so you can all prove to me that you're worthy of meeting the dragon.
Oh my
Initiative
god,
was
so
rolled.
wait, they pulled the fucking Yoda?
I'm like, you seek Yoda. I can take you to him. I will.
They
Pretty-
pulled the
pretty
goddamn
much.
Yoda?
She pretty much pulled a Yoda. So yeah, it's like she fought with them. She kind of has the abilities of a sorcerer, just throwing fireballs and shit. And at the end, they like have her kind of like backed up against the cliff. It was like, all right, I'll take you to the dragon. And she just fucking steps off the cliff. There is a whoosh, a whoosh of wind and sand, and flying back up is this massive ancient brass dragon.
Oh, they had the fucking magic carpet Aladdin moment where he fell off the cliff. Oh my
Yep.
god.
Yep. So that is how she came to be a character. And I was like, I was browsing through TikTok one day, and I had seen somebody draw. Oh, here she is. I found her. I found the original concept art. This was her original look. This is her original look.
That's actually a little less beefy than the later one.
I considered that buff at the time, and now
I mean, that's buff, but I was about to say that's just so funny
Yeah.
to me. I'm like, that's buff, but that's buff.
Yep. She went from athletic to yoked.
To beef.
But I was browsing TikTok, and this was like right after Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out. I had seen somebody draw this really buff Professor Seda, and guess what audio they were using?
Oh my god, really?
Yeah,
It was
they
the
were
same.
using
It was the same
audio.
remix.
Yeah. Because fun fact, I've always been honest about this. I did not make the audio for the Death by Snoo Snoo meme. I stole that shit from TikTok. I credited the original artist, who I think has since deleted their account.
Shit.
Yeah. But I saw them, and they had this little chibi Gajinka Typhlosion doing a little dance and chanting "Death by Snoo Snoo," and I was like, I want to make something like that. So I made this stupid scribbly little animation of Ortega doing like a supermodel walk towards the screen, and then the halfling monk just doing the full gremlin stance and just bouncing up and down.
Did the voice also come from the original video? I assume the
Yes.
Death by Snoo
Yep.
Snoo. Okay.
Yep, that is the original creator of the audio, I believe, who's doing the chant.
Okay. I was actually thinking about that last night because I was like, wait, who is that? Because that definitely wasn't your voice. So I was wondering.
It's not my voice.
Yeah, I was wondering who that voice was.
I forget who made the original audio. I think I still have the original audio, like the original video I found bookmarked. If I can find it, I will send it to you so we can give the original creator of the audio some proper credit. But so here's the funny story. I almost never submitted that online.
Really?
I did not want to put that online until I finished it, and I had lost almost all desire to finish it because animation takes forever. You know who convinced me to actually put it online?
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
Oh my god.
Yep.
For those
Chi-Chi is the reason the internet has Death by Snoo Snoo.
I want to say, for those that don't know, we were talking earlier, and you had said you'd watch the Chi-Chi interview of the one. I love Chi-Chi. She's great.
She is a sweetheart. She was the one to convince me to put it online. I was like, okay, I'll put the sketch up online. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess I'll finish this. I finished it. I put that up online. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say that's the first time I saw you was when I saw that on TikTok. Was that video?
Yeah. That it's still how 90% of people have found me.
Well, and when did you start doing? Because you had a period where you were doing commission of Death by Snoo Snoo walks.
Yeah. So those came about because supply and demand. People were asking like, I want to see my character doing this. I was like, okay, I guess I'll open commissions for these. And then I calculate, okay, all right, how should I go about charging these? So I decided to charge per frame at $100 a frame. It is a 7-frame animation that is looped and mirrored. So
Okay.
the base price was $700 because
Oh,
animation's
see,
expenses, and I'm a
I saw somebody say like, oh, it was like $3,000. Like, there's no way.
The most expensive it ever got was $1,400.
I was gonna say there was like
detail
one
and
person.
character symmetry.
Yeah, there was one person I remember who like because I remember I tried to like find the commission sheet like a while back because I was curious to see how much it cost, and I remember somebody like had said like somebody told me like, oh, it was like $2,000, and I was like, there's no fucking way that's $2,000. Like that would be ridiculous. I was gonna say for something that short.
Yeah. And it's like, it's only $1,400 if your character is vastly asymmetrical and has a complex ass design.
Well, how many did you end up doing? Because I had a friend who got one on Terioku. I know he got one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they were one of the more the last ones I did.
Okay.
Yeah. God. So there's, let's see, Redclaw, Isabella Ooze, Vexalia from Mighty Nine. Party Demoness, Tiefling Melissa, Radioactive, a bunch of private commissions, around 15 or so.
Okay. Was Vexalia a commission, or did you just draw that one?
I just did that myself.
Okay, I had a feeling, because I remember you posted that
It is
one,
also
so I
the
just
most
assumed
stolen one.
It's the most stolen one?
It was stolen and put on a meme of Pedro Pascal just pointing at like a whiteboard or something.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
frequently reposted by every D&D meme subreddit, Facebook account, and Instagram account you can feasibly imagine. They never give me credit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I had a
Every
feeling
time I see them come up, I'm like, ah yes, my most stolen work makes its rounds yet again.
Do you comment that when you see shit like that?
Every single time. Behold the bounty of my creativity and the depravity of its theft.
I assume it was just a limited time thing because it would have been hectic to have to do a shit ton of animation commissions, I assume.
Very rarely I will open those floodgates again and take very few because I am so unbelievably burnt out on doing them. They are, because like, I am a full-time artist. Like, I work for a company called 2 Minute Tabletop. I make D&D tokens. That is my day job. That's what's keeping the lights on and the power on. So, like, I am literally drawing every single day, even if I don't want to. And there are some days I really don't want to. It is so exhausting to just do animation at that level of quality, that consistency. There's actually other artists who have started doing, like, opening their own commissions for Death by Suso animations. They have my blessing. I love to see them. But I also know, if people want that original quality, they come see me.
If people want shit that's actually good.
Oh, no. I'm not gonna say that. The people who make their own Death by Suso walks, they are awesome. They are phenomenal. And probably
I've seen it. I've seen a few like side ones, like from other people.
Yeah.
I was just being funny.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Like, but God, like I remember back when like it was still like the original was still super popular. There is a 3D animator who is one of my artistic idols. They draw the spice that you see on a certain green website ending in the number 34. They had an animation of the two twins from Atomic Heart.
Oh, the robots.
Yeah. They're just chasing a tiny Haiti from the game. Haiti. It was like this sexy, voluptuous robot lady, something, I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them is very clearly doing the walk. And I saw that, I'm like,
my influence is spreading.
like the artists that I look up to have seen my things and have been inspired by them.
Oh, it's like I have had like a couple things that I've seen other people do because of me. I remember on Twitter years ago, I had this thing where I just dramatically read. It was like there's this thing on Reddit called like r/Sububby, and it's like intentionally.
Oh God, Spubby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I love
Stupid
that shit.
Yeah, I did like a dramatic reading of like a bunch of them. And I remember there were a couple people who did like other versions of it, like because mine popped off. I deleted my Twitter. It's on my YouTube channel, but like I just remember I had a period where other people were doing Sububby videos like after mine.
Spubby, E3.
That's what I called the video. I call it Sububby. E-Freef.
Burger Kurg, have it away.
Bubger Kurg. What was my my favorite was Taco Baco. Have it in a way. That was my favorite. That was my favorite.
But my girlfriend still unironically calls it Taco Baco.
Yes.
My favorite was always Wheaties Old Fashioned Hurgus-Burgus.
Hurgus-Burgus. Oh, that was a good. I remember A&A was another one I really liked. Was A&A.
A&A.
Oh, God, I'm trying to remember all of them. Was it Wheaties Old Fashioned Hurgus-Burgus? Bubger Kurg, Have It in a Way. I'm trying to remember all of them. Oh, Bob Dobster, Efroth Fresh Bobster. That's what it was. I was trying to remember.
Bames
that
not having strong called Bundulance.
Well, it's funny because I remember when I discovered your TikTok account with the Death by Snoo Snoo thing. I remember like going through it. It's funny because I don't get flustered by like characters that like the just seeing a character. I have like everybody has a simplest of like animated characters they find hot.
Oh, absolutely.
But, yeah, everybody has one. I remember there was like one video you did. And I don't remember the character's name, but I remember my friends can attest to this. I was in a call. We were like going through your TikTok, and there was this one video I saw, and it was like the moment this character like turned around, and you saw the full like what they look like from the front. And I just remember we were watching, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cute design."
Oh, was that the Muscle Wizard one?
It was one of the Pokemon ones.
Oh, yeah.
I had a screen cap. Yeah. It was the Flygon girl. The second.
Yeah, that's Gloria, my Flygon.
Yeah, no, it. My friends can attest to it. My exact reaction was like, "Oh, that design's really cute." When she like turned around.
Yeah, my hippie of a Flygon.
That is such a good design. I love that design.
I have an image of her like fully colored too.
I was gonna say because I've always really liked the I call them like the Milo from Atlantis glasses is what I've always called them because I don't know what their name is. I've always really
the Coke bottles.
Yeah, the Coke bottle glasses. That's I was gonna say.
I've always heard them called Coke bottle glasses because they have the big circular lenses like a Coke bottle.
I was gonna say I thought the Coke bottle was like the name of like the sunglasses version of it.
Possibly. I just call mine the Shades.
Yeah, because I have the big circle glasses. Because I used to have square ones, and then like a few years ago, I was like, I want the circle glasses. No, it's 6'7".
That's how tall Flygon is.
Let's say, because I have a few OCs, but they were all like adopts. They were adopts. A couple of them were actually like a friend designed them for me because I have no artistic talent. But
it's a skill. You can develop it.
I had to actually redesign one of them because I didn't realize. Yeah, here's one. This character's name is Fuchsia.
Oh.
I had to redesign her because I found out that the adopt that I got, the guy was using AI for some of his adopts.
No!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't realize that at the time. And then I looked at the original art again when he got outed for using AI, and I re-looked at it, and I was like, yeah, there's a few inconsistencies in here. Now that I'm looking at this design again. Yeah, so I had to have a friend redesign her. Dandy. My friend Dandy redesigned her.
Not Sweet Dandy?
Yeah, him.
I was about to say, like, that style looks familiar. Oh, yeah, that Dandy.
And this is Iris. She's like the newest one me and Dandy came up with.
Ooh. I like her hair.
Yeah. We were trying to like make a fusion of a few different designs because I didn't want it to be too similar. I wanted another scientist girl, but I didn't just want it to be Fuchsia again. So we had to like, I think we took aspects from like Starfire, because that's definitely where the hair
I was
came
about to
from.
say, like, I immediately see Starfire in the skin tone and the hair.
Yeah, the skin and the hair came from Starfire. I don't remember what the other character was. There was like one other character we like mixed the design with. But I don't remember. I'd have to dig. Oh wait, fuck, no, I forgot. I had one other. This is Dahlia.
Ooh.
She's a bit-
Elephant. Elephants are my mom's favorite animal.
Yeah, my favorite's rhinos. Yet I don't have a rhino OC.
My favorite animal is the platypus.
The platypus?
Because it's a hodgepodge.
It's a clusterfuck of so many different things.
They thought it was fake when it was first discovered.
Oh no, I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
you look at it, looks like it shouldn't exist. Like, you look at a
It
platypus,
really does.
it looks like it shouldn't exist. It's classified as a mammal, but it lays eggs and it secretes venom, and it has
And it sweats milk.
yeah, it is the most bastardized animal on the entire planet. Like, and it somehow exists.
It is its own fucking thing, and it's doing it wonderfully.
I remember there was like a TikTok I saw ages ago that said, like, you know what's bullshit? People have been calling this thing duck-billed platypus when duck-billed platypus fossils have been traced back longer than duck fossils. We should be calling them platypus-billed ducks. Like,
Oh, you know the crazy thing? So back in like the 90s, because you know the show Phineas and Ferb, right?
oh yeah.
So back in the 90s, when Dan Povenmire was like getting that show like concepted and like pitching it and stuff, he had no idea what a platypus sounded like.
Oh yeah, I've heard this story.
Yeah, turns out the sound that Perry makes is very similar to the sound platypuses actually make.
Not even
And-
that. If you put them under
Yeah.
ultraviolet light, they're like
teal!
yeah.
They're the exact shade of Perry.
I find it so funny that D. Bradley Baker has talked about how he still gets residuals for that show for one single recording that he did in like 2006.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
He's-
because like they use the same sound for Perry every time.
He has never recorded a new sound for Perry in the entire
love
run
it.
of the show. And he's talked about how,
love
like,
it.
I still get residuals for that. It's like 20 years old, and I still get residuals for that sound effect I recorded 20 years ago.
Love it.
Like,
It
who
is
would-
so fun to just see D. Bradley Baker just pop up in everything.
Oh, D. Baker's my favorite voice actor. I fucking love
Yeah.
D. Baker. Like,
I gotta ask, what's your favorite role of his?
Oh, D. Baker?
Yeah.
I have to think. I know I have it. I know I like wrote it down. 'Cause I remember I like one day was like, I'm just gonna autistically write down all my favorite roles of my favorite voice actors. What is it? Oh, the Gravemind from Halo 2.
Ooh.
I'm not even a big Halo guy. I just think that's a fucking awesome voice. Like,
Fair enough.
it's
For
that
me, it's a
and
tie.
it's that character and damn it, what was his name? I forgot his name. It's that and I'm also a big fan of Rex from Clone Wars.
Yeah, Rex, and by extension, every other clone.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's a tie between specifically Rex and Klaus from American Dad.
Oh, he's so good as Klaus.
I fucking love Klaus. He's just so crazy.
Like, oh god, there's so many. It's so funny to me that because I've learned to do some creature shit because of him, because I've watched like a lot of behind the scenes stuff of him.
I love making creature noises.
Oh, I have a creature reel. I've never been able to use it really because I have never really been cast in anything for creature noises, but god, that's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I've always loved that I've been able to like pinpoint Frank Welker and D. Baker like so much. Like,
Oh,
they
absolutely.
There's two different creature noises. Like D. Baker, I've always said Frank Welker is more snorty, D. Baker is more screechy. That's like the two.
Yeah,
things
that's
I
a really
know.
good way to put it.
That's what I've always said. If you hear a Frank Welker like a lion or like a big motherfucker from Frank, it's always going to be fucking Like it's gonna be like that kind of sound.
Yep.
Like he always does this fucking sound for like big
Yep.
motherfuckers.
Fun fact, kids in the audience. A lot of the lion sounds for The Lion King were Frank Welker yelling into a trash can.
Yep. if there was, it's actually really funny. If there was like an animal sound effect in a movie in like the 90s, it was Frank. Like, and
Yep,
if
it was
not
either
even
Frank
animated,
Welker or the T-Rex roar from Jurassic Park.
not even animated. If it was live action too, like I know he did like creature shit for like Bill and Ted 2, and like there's like some horror movies he did creature shit for in the 90s. Like,
Damn.
I'm trying to remember. Because like now D Baker's just become that for like every big show and
like
movie now.
he's a lot younger than Frank Welker. Frank Welker's in his 70s.
Oh, he's pushing 80, I think.
Yeah, he's
because I know
old.
Peter Cullen is like 85. Like,
Which is bizarre to think about.
you know, I'm looking right now. Yeah, the baby Godzilla's in the 98 Godzilla movie. I'm just looking at like live action shit Frank did. The Anaconda and Anaconda. The
Wow.
Martians in Mars Attacks, the dog in Space Jam, Reptile in Mortal Kombat, the 90s movie. Let's see, the pig sounds for Gordy and Gordy, the reindeer in the Santa Claus, the alien like horse things in Stargate.
Mhm.
God, there's so much. The Goombas and Yoshi in the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh god. Zazzle!
Toka and Razar in Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze. Like Frank just has there's this specific, it's either the snarl or it's like Frank has this like sound he makes when he does creature
Yeah.
noises that's also like really distinct.
Do you have a favorite like monster creature noise that you can do that's like your trump card at parties? Like, hey, watch, I can do this.
Oh god. Well, I mean, I can do like the fucking I can do the
Yeah.
like I can do that. Oh god. What?
I have two that are my favorite to just whip out.
What?
You ever play League of Legends?
No.
Aw. So there's a character from League of Legends who is a demon scarecrow named
Wait, is it Fiddlesticks? I was gonna say, is it Fiddlesticks? I've seen clips of that character. Yeah.
I can do the Fiddlesticks voice.
Is it the fucking Fiddlesticks? Like that thing? Oh, God. See, it's when it's like when you're doing that
Yep.
while you're having to say something, it's really hard.
It takes a lot of control, but for me it's like a lot of it gets really easy if you do it back and forth. Like you hide your breathing in it.
I think one of my favorite ones that I can do is the Predator. That's probably like one of my absolute favorite ones.
Oh, like the clicking noise?
Oh. If my mic can even pick it up, because it's kind of quiet.
Yeah. I can do it when I'm
one of
sick.
my favorites.
But my other one that a lot of people are kind of surprised because like you might not hear it, but I can make my voice very deep at times.
Like how how deep? Like
Like if I tried, I could probably do Thrall from Warcraft or just the orc sounds. But one impression that I've always been able to whip out at parties just to kind of surprise people, I can imitate Onyx from the Pokemon anime.
oh fucking like
It's
you
very
die?
hard on the throat.
I say I didn't hear it.
Aw, dang it.
It
Probably my mic won't. Hang on, let me
it didn't get picked up.
Okay, I have an idea. Hang on. Because my noise suppression will fuck with this. Where are you, noise suppression? I must turn you off. Echo cancellation, noise suppression, none. Okay, see if it picks up this time.
Yeah, it picked up. I was gonna say.
Yep.
You know, I've always that's like one of my like the old school Pokemon sounds. I've always
Yeah.
like from
Yeah.
Onyx. Okay, I could do. There's so many like old Pokemon voices. Like, Chabok, Chabok. That's like one of my favorites.
Yeah. I've recently been able to do Charizard.
See, I can again. If I do Charizard, it's just gonna sound like the Onyx. It's just like if I try them.
Yeah, it's a lot of like guttural throat sounds that just destroy your throat after a while.
Oh yeah, they're like I can do like a fair amount of the Looney Tunes, but I can't do Yosemite Sam because that shit just ruins my throat if I try to do that.
I could probably do Yosemite Sam, but I cannot think of anything to say in that voice.
I hate rabbits.
Like I can't do it. Like
Hate rabbits.
it's like I oh, it's like the Muppets. I can do most of the Muppets. That's like another one I like it. Things that I was very autistically obsessed with. I can do like most characters from.
Oh, one of my favorite impressions just to do when I'm bored is Droopy.
I'm happy.
Hello, all you happy people. I'm so happy to be here on this
so
fine
happy.
January day.
I'm so happy.
Try to.
You can just let your face go slack and get away with saying some of the most unhinged shit.
Was like the. I always do like the Chris McClane from Total Drama Island. My go-to
Oh
is
God,
always
Total
been,
Drama Island.
my go-to for that is always, alrighty, campers, for today's challenge, find the will to live. That's like that's my go-to every time if I do Chris McClane.
Oh God.
But I guess, like, to wrap this up, I guess, like, what advice would you want to give for people that are interested in, like, getting into animation or art?
So in order to animate, you need to learn how to draw. You gotta walk before you can run. You gotta crawl before you can walk. There are people who are legitimately talented in art. I'm not one of them. It is a skill. Like talent is something you're born with. Skill you have to develop. Anybody can learn to draw. It is a skill you develop. And they're like, don't listen to the people who are like, "Oh, I'm physically disabled. I can't draw." Like there is an artist with literally no arms who
That
taught
fucking
to draw with their feet.
that fucking TikTok I remember that was like that dude who was saying like, I am physically disabled and I cannot actually do art. AI makes art accessible for people like me. I'm like, no, you're just lazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and
like,
God,
there are artists who are colorblind. There are artists who literally don't have arms. Like
Beethoven was deaf, people.
the movie My Left Foot is based on a guy who had cerebral palsy and can only paint with one foot. Like
Yeah. Yeah, like you can learn to draw. It might take you a while. There might be some hurdles. You can learn to do it. Like what's that song from Anastasia? If I can learn to do it, you can learn to do it. To quote Dr. Seuss of all people, it doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you don't stop.
I was like, I've seen people who didn't like really ever do art and they do this thing where like, oh, I draw like once a day, something like that, or I draw like once every like maybe 4 or 5, like 2 or 3 times a week, like something like that.
And that's fine. Like, just as long as you keep doing it and keep learning. Like, God, I remember when the AI boom was really starting to pick up, and of all people, PewDiePie
Yeah, I remember
decided,
that.
I'm gonna teach myself how to draw. And he did it. He drew every day for 30 days, and he taught himself how to draw. And it's like, that could be literally anyone. There are literally millions of tutorials and assets and classes online that you can take. Some of them have a pay-in, some of them don't. Just look up tutorials on YouTube and just learn the basics. Things like shape language, line weight, like arcs, draw-throughs, etc., etc., etc. I know like a lot of people like vehemently hate the concept of like tracing. Trace to learn, not to steal. Like find a picture of a cartoon character that you like, get a piece of tracing paper, and don't just trace like the finished illustration. Break it down into its individual shapes. like circle for the head, like a shape for the jaw, circles for the eyes, etc., etc., etc. Like find the breakdowns and then learn how to play with the building blocks.
Because I remember what I would do as a kid. I wouldn't even trace. I would just look at I would just look at an image of something or like a character on TV, and I'd like just pause it, and I would just draw. Like I would just draw the character, like the pose.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't
sight
even,
drawing.
Yeah, I wouldn't even trace. I would just draw what I saw.
Yeah. Another bit of advice I would recommend, like, it doesn't matter what style you're trying to go for, learn basic human anatomy.
See,
'Cause,
that's
like,
my
even
that was always my weakness, is that I just hated drawing anatomy.
I don't know why I still can't draw realism to save my life, but I know the basic principles of anatomy. And like, even if the art style you're going for is like hyper 90s anime or something super stylized, it still helps to learn basic anatomy, anatomical shapes, and just how the body meshes together.
I was always like a kid who just hated drawing people. I hated drawing people. I would always
Yeah,
try to
people
draw
suck.
anything but a human being. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I want to draw. Well, that when I drew that comic as a kid, there were no humans in that comic at
Yeah.
all. I would draw creatures. I would draw abstract beings. Like I never ever wanted to draw people, and even to this day, if I
Yep.
draw, I don't like drawing people. I only draw
It's
like creature
because
shit.
it's because like the human body is such an easily recognizable shape. It's super easy to get it wrong and super noticeable when you get it wrong. So it's like drawing like characters that like are not human, which like animal characters or just aliens or amorphous blobs as a character. You can get away with a lot more.
Well, that's the thing. It's more like that's always just been my thing. Is this? It's just more fun to draw, or I mean, honestly, I think it's even more fun to just look at like robots or aliens, which is
Yeah.
like I'm such a big Transformers, Star Wars, like Ninja Turtles, He-Man, like all that shit. I just love
Yeah.
worlds where you can just be creative as fuck and just make the most abstract, weird-looking characters like in that world, and
And,
it
like,
fits.
Well, one thing that I heard a while ago was draw in line with your weaknesses. Like if you realize like you can't get a lot of like fluid designs or like naturally moving shapes, all of your art looks super rigid and stuff, try drawing a robot. Then you can get away with it. It's like, oh hey, it's a robot. It's rigid metal. Like they don't move like the way humans do. On the inverse, if you can't draw like those rigid shapes and everything is like super loose and flowy, maybe draw a character who has like super baggy clothes, or maybe even a character who's like chubby or heavy set. Then you can like kind of like shove it with the like, oh, that's just how their body moves because they're chubby. They got a lot of motion to them.